What's good, fight fans? It's Ashley's Corner. Shout out to the LDBC. Now, now for Daniel Dubois and Kevin Johnson. Daniel Dynamite Dubois beat on Kevin Johnson for all 10 rounds. He went all 10 rounds. I did pick Dubois to win, but I picked him to win by stoppage, and that didn't happen. The fight looked very dry because Kevin Johnson just allowed Triple D to walk up to him, and he just backed up to the ropes and stayed on the ropes to them. The whole that's what happened the whole fight. He just was leaning on the ropes, getting beat on. He looked like he didn't throw a punch. Damn near, it looked like the whole first round he probably threw like 2 punches. You know what I'm saying? It looked horrible. He made the fight look dry as shit. And if somebody's just on defensive and just bundled up with their high guard the whole fight, it's really hard to stop that person. You understand what I'm saying? And that's kind of how it looked. Even though Dubois was getting in some good shots, even with the guard up, he was getting around the guard and through the guard and whatnot. You really can't stop a guy that's just on the defensive the whole damn fight. After the fight, though, there was an interview. I don't know who conducted or made the interview, but they had an interview with Kevin right after the fight, and he said that Daniel Dubois' jab hurt more than Klitschko's. He said that he couldn't get past his jab after towering out him in the like he thought if he took him into the deep round 6th or 7th round he would get tired, and that's exactly what Kevin Johnson said. He said he got tired around the end of the 6th round, but he couldn't get around his damn jab. He was like he said it's like trying to block a right hand, and a left hook. You know what I'm saying? He said you cannot block 2 right hands. One of those right hands are going to land. These are his words, and I'm going to put this interview into the link into the description below this video. And he said his jab got the power of a right hand on it, and he said and he always shoot the right hand after the jab, Then he is coming with hooks and uppercuts, and he's throwing everything at you. He says so he had to make a decision. Either I can punch after his jab or his right hand. That's it. He said it was no way else he could punch him. You know what I'm saying? Besides after his jab or after his right hand. Said everything he landed was after the right hand. Everything that Kevin Johnson landed on Triple D was after Triple D threw his right hand. He said it was quick. It might have been 1 punch, but that was the only punch he could make, basically, is what he's saying. And it says his only flaw is that Daniel Dubois did not work the body. But he basically broke down the fight, and he was saying that he always starts slow. He always loses first 3 rounds. And if you ask me, like that's how the fight looked. The fight looked how he said it looked. He just had a reason on why it looked like that, And when he fought AJ, when I look back at that fight, it was an early stoppage, and I know that now because that's how Kevin Johnson fights. He sits on the ropes and get beat up. And if you fight Anthony Joshua, if you sit on the ropes and take 4 hits, they're going to stop the fight. And that's exactly what happened. He didn't, he wasn't salty after the loss from AJ. He was just saying it's time for him to hang up his trunks and hang up his gloves or whatnot, which is all his prerogative. But honestly, you can't be a heavyweight in this day and age and not fight for the first 3 rounds because they're going to stop the fight eventually, damn near every time. You know what I'm saying? He said that Daniel Dubois tried to work the body, but he really didn't. He gave AJ his props. He gave Daniel Dubois his props as well. He also said that after the AJ fight, he said that he's not going to fight again. I mean, he's basically going to retire. He said the same thing after he fought Daniel Dubois. He said he's going to retire and start promoting fights over in Germany. and that's what he got on the table for him. I'm glad that everybody could see that Daniel Dubois can go 10 rounds. And if he did tire out, as much as Kevin Johnson is saying, I'm glad the team's seen it so they can work on it and fix it. He said that he's a power puncher. He does have power, but not that much power to knock Kevin Johnson out. And, AJ didn't knock Kevin Johnson out either. So, that's neither here or there. I did say it was going to be a second round stoppage because AJ stopped him in the second round, but it was a very early stoppage and it shouldn't have been stopped because that's how he fights. He just gets beat up on the rope until he, figures out what he can do. But he's not a good fighter because also when he fought AJ after the fight, he said that he was no way that he could stop his left hook. And he just and he was glad that AJ didn't figure out that he couldn't stop AJ's left hook. Like, that shit's crazy to me. But again, the link will be into the description of this interview, and I'm still going to watch Daniel Dubois. He's up and coming. He's still got a ways to go, and he is going to be a champ in my opinion. Always like and subscribe to the channel. Peace.